how much the fire department means to the community. We appreciate that you are part of the Neighbors Helping Neighbors fundraiser, and we would like to give you a chance to say hello to the community. So I'll now let you introduce yourself and tell us about how you got started in this line of work.
Thank you, Mia, very much. I'm excited to be a part of this and to share a little bit about me. My name is Aaron Kinney. I'm the fire chief for the town of Norfolk. And I got started in this business young. This has been a lifelong dream and passion of mine to be involved in the fire service. And one of the goals that I had when I was younger was to be a fire chief in a nice, small community, intimate community in a setting where, you know, I could be intimately involved with the operations and interacting with the community. And you know, that goal has come to fruition, and I'm here in Norfolk as the fire chief, and absolutely love it. I've loved the way the community has received me, and the amount of support and love that we get from the community. And our personnel and myself, we love serving the community. We are a customer service based organization, and we look to put the community first in all our initiatives and everything that we do.
So what does a typical day look like for a firefighter and the challenges you face?
So the typical day, you know, firefighters are pretty busy. You know, we're constantly working at maintaining a state of what I like to call perpetual operational readiness. So they have to be ready and prepared to respond to any number of emergencies at any time during the day, during their 24-hour shift. Along with that, we do, you know, some fire and life safety inspections and things during the day, handle some training as part of our daily routine. So they'll do emergency medical services training and continuing education training in those fields. You know, that takes up a big part of the day. I think the majority of the time is spent training and in preparation. You know, this is the type of job that's very dynamic. You face a lot of different challenges and a lot of different types of emergencies. You know, you could go out to a house fire in the morning and have a very difficult or complex emergency medical response later in the day, or vice versa, or a vehicle accident where someone requires extrication. So keeping our skills sharp and being prepared and making sure that our equipment is operational, functional, and ready. We spend a lot of time, you know, making sure we're prepared and ready to respond to the citizens and the visitors of the community, so that we provide the best level of services and care.
What preparation does the firehouse go through when a storm is coming through?
We like to prepare and be ready for storms and things by I call it situational awareness. So we pay attention to the weather forecast. We monitor the weather through MEMA, the Massachusetts Emergency Management Association. We get alerts from MEMA. We also get alerts from the National Weather Service. And we try to stay connected with our police as well as our Department of Public Works, so that we're all on the same page and we're able to have a coordinated effort and response. You know, if and when there is some damage or a tree down, or we have, you know, power outages, things of that nature, we try to stay on top of those things and stay situationally aware and ready so that we can provide services where they may be needed.
What sort of certifications does a firefighter go through?
So all of our firefighters are firefighters and paramedics. So the certification process for the fire side specifically, they go through a minimum of 10 weeks of the State Fire Academy training, which prepares them for, you know, everything they're going to see, or the majority of what they're going to encounter and face. It provides them a strong foundation for, you know, fire service-based response. In that training, they also receive some motor vehicle extrication training, hazardous materials awareness and operations level training, which prepares us to, you know, handle basic hazardous materials responses, as well as learn the foundational and core principles of the fire service and, you know, life safety initiatives. So, you know, that's a 10-week program. It's pretty rigorous. You know, They're very active. It's well over 400 hours of training, including classroom and practical time. And then once that's completed, we continue that process. And what I like to say, we Norfolk guys or prepare them for what they're going to be doing specifically with our community and with our department and the ways that we operate and with our policies and procedures. And we do some of that before they go off to academy, and then continue to refine their skills and the foundation that they have from the academy when they return to us. On the other side of that, for the emergency medical side, everyone is at least an EMT. The majority of our department are paramedics, and right now, in order to be hired on the department, we require you to be a paramedic if you're going to be on the full-time side. The paramedic training is a pretty rigorous program. You know, it prepares our personnel to be as impactful and as effective as almost as an ER nurse. You know, we're able to do advanced interventions and do a lot of things to stabilize people when they're really sick, and you know, provide advanced care until we can get them to the hospital and to that definitive care. So, you know, I'm very proud to say that we have a very strong cache of personnel who are passionate and dedicated and are very strong, good paramedics and good firefighters. So, you know, as you can see, I talked about the training component. There's a lot that we have to be prepared for and ready for. You know, and we are very fortunate in Norfolk to have a very passionate group and a very strong culture when it comes to community service and providing, you know, for one another and providing for the community.
So what sort of calls do you respond to?
So we are a all hazards mitigating agency, which means we basically respond to everything. You know, we respond to everything from, you know, you could have a broken toe to a raging house fire, or, you know, hopefully this never happens, a plane crash. You know, we are equipped and prepared to get started and provide services on various types of calls and responses. So just to run down some of our core services, obviously emergency medical services, which has a broad range of things we could respond to within that. The fire protection side, obviously vehicle fires, house fires, wildfires, we're prepared to respond to different types of fires. And then we also have some advanced training in technical rescue scenarios. So we've done things like equine rescue. We participated in rescue efforts with our animal control officer, and are getting some specialized training in that area as well to help rescue horses, or to be better prepared with equine harnesses and things of that nature. We also have some rope rescue training. So we also have some structural collapse training, and obviously the motor vehicle training, motor vehicle extrication, and advanced extrication techniques that we also you know, keep and maintain. So it's a broad range of things that we've done. I think even in my short time here, we've had a broad range of the types of incidents we've responded to. You know, probably the most unique being the equine rescues we participated in. I think we participated in 2 of those in my time here with the town of Norfolk, which is right now I've been here 18 months. So you know, we get a pretty diverse range of responses.
What is the single best way that, like, a homeowner can prevent a house fire?
Ooh, that's a multi-leveled. I think my response, I don't think there's one single best thing. I think you know, the single best thing that would encompass that would be being fire safe and fire aware. But I think, you know, things that we try to really point out is, you know, cooking safety. Make sure you don't leave anything unattended on the stove ever. I think that's a great start. Try to limit the use of candles. If you are going to use candles, make sure they're not near any other combustibles and things of that nature. You know, anytime you're using an open flame, whether it be on the stove or a candle, you know, you want to make sure that you're doing that in the safest way possible. If you are going to use candles, try to use the ones that are, you know, nice and wide, have a nice stable base, and also are contained. You know, that helps prevent, you know, accidental fires. And I think, you know, Another big message that we push is making sure that you have working smoke detectors and carbon monoxide alarms. The most important thing, besides being fire safe and trying to prevent anything from happening is making sure you have that early warning and early detection if something does happen, so that you limit the potential for injury, loss of life. And then also, the earlier you're able to get notification and the earlier you're able to notify us, the quicker we can get there, and hopefully the least amount of damage can be done, and we can help mitigate that situation. So, having the working smoke detectors, carbon monoxide alarms, and then using, fire safe approach, being proactive about fire safety are the best ways to prevent home fires or fire-based incidents.
So we know that you are all very involved in the community. In what ways has the fire department helped outside of their duties as firefighters?
So as firefighters, we participate in charity initiatives. We have an annual open house. We also have an annual fundraiser that we do, for the autism awareness, and trying to be a part of the community, participate in different initiatives with other community organizations. And that's important to us. Obviously, being a part of the community and providing community service, I feel like it's important for us to be immersed in the community, active, and have our finger on the pulse of things that are going on in the community, and to be a part of that.
Would you like to share how the planning of the new fire station is going?
So the planning of a new fire station is going very well. We have recently worked through the process with the building committee and the town administrator and our facilities director to put out requests for proposals for OPM services, owners, project managers, and that process has gone very well. We have narrowed down the selection and chosen a organization that we feel like is going to help lead us through a very transparent and open process, and give us all of the things that we need as a town and a community to provide our services, provide our give us a home base to provide our services, for the foreseeable future, hopefully for the next 50 years. I think that process is going very well, and we continue to work on the planning side of it, and what we call the program, which is laying out the types of service things that we provide for the community, and what we need in our station and our headquarters to provide the best level of customer service that we can.
Is there a public safety day each year where the kids can come down and see the engines and all those things?
Yes, we try to have an open door policy at the station, but we also have organized days. Like I said, we have an open house, and we have a community day every year. There's usually 3 to 4 opportunities annually where the fire station is open to the public, and we try to, allow the citizens and families to come by and see our facilities and to see the apparatus. And because quite honestly, it's the community's fire department. I've been tasked with leading it and chosen to lead it. Our personnel have been chosen to provide services, but this fire department belongs to the community. It is the community. So it's important to us for you all to be able to have access and to see, what we do, how we do it, and the equipment that we're using to provide services to you. So we do have, those days. And then on a day-to-day basis, if you give us a call and you want to swing by and look at our operation and facilities, if we're not out on a call or out on inspections or training, you're welcome to stop by, and we'll give you a tour.
So how can the community help you?
I think the community is, just the continued support. We wouldn't be able to do the things that we do and provide the service we provide if it wasn't for the community. So continue to be engaged, and continue to help us to help you. When we get feedback from the community, we value that, both good and bad. We like to know when we've done a good job, but we also like to know areas where, the community feels like we could improve or or areas where we feel like, or areas where the community feels like they would like more, or new programs or new initiatives. We like to get that feedback, and we would like to implement, programs and initiatives that the community needs and the community wants. So staying engaged, providing us feedback, and the continued support are invaluable to us.
Awesome. Thank you so much. I'm Mia Valencia, and thank you for tuning in.